picture this lovely old quaint cottage in the middle of Highland Perthshire on the Kenmore estate. There's something I need to find out. I used to live here many years ago with its amazing views and great character. The isolation of the place was very eerie, and there was never any visitors or people dropping by. Even the postman was reluctant to hang around. I shared the building with the estate gamekeeper, or gillie as he's known around here. He lived on the top floor of the building with his wife and daughter. Rarely seen them due to the nature of our jobs, and I only stayed for a few years. It was a very remote and isolated place, and sometimes I didn't see a soul for days. Legend has it that the original building was built for Queen Victoria so she could milk a Highland crew while she was here on honeymoon in Kenmore Castle. I always had the feeling the building was holding a dark secret that it was never going to let go of, and I was just a guest there at that moment in time. Also, the gamekeeper who lived above me was a wild and scary, unapproachable looking fellow who mostly kept himself to himself and kind of freaked me out a little. And I never seen the daughter or the wife. The gillie always locked the door to the stairs from outside when he left. Occasionally I would get a glimpse of a shadowy figure at the top window or a twitch of a curtain when I came back to the cottage from my work in an evening. Throughout the day, if I was in, I would hear noises from upstairs, but very muffled, but never any voices. But each night in the early hours, there was a frequently strange noise that got on my nerves. It wasn't loud in all honesty, but I am a really light sleeper, so it was hard to get any decent sleep with these little tapping and bumping sounds going on and on and on. It reminded me of a cobbler repairing a pair of old shoes, tapping away relentlessly, but not as loud as if the person was causing the noise was actually trying to be silent. After a few days I realised that the pattern was always the same, like a recording played over and over again, with random intervals in between. And that went on for the best part of a year, always the same sequence of bumps, slowly tattooed into my mind, sometimes for several hours straight during the night. I was relieved when I received news that my work was to take me to a remote part of Scotland, so I was happy to pack up my gear and move out the cottage, leaving the gilly and his family to their own devices. However, I was somewhat surprised several months later to hear that the gilly had actually drowned in the River Tay, and his body hadn't been discovered for several days. And when I asked the local builder, who I'd made friends with at the time there, about the cottage, he told me it had been boarded up by the estate and had remained like that for some time. That left me with the lingering memories of the constant tapping sound I had endured in my stay at the cottage, and what had become of the wife and daughter that had been kept hidden for so long. Several years after I had moved away and I had a family, I was helping my daughter with her homework, and she was learning a little bit of Morse code for a school project. She started knocking on the table with her knuckles, and a shiver immediately went through my spine as I recognised that exact pattern. When I asked her what it meant, she laughed. "That's an easy one, Dad," she said. "It means help."